For every franchise, one of its greatest strengths or weaknesses will always be its fandom. Fandoms, especially nowadays, seem to usually fall into one of two categories. Either it's a great community with like-minded people who want to show their love and passion for a property, or it's a group of parasite degenerates who give out death threats to artists for drawing a character wrong and making them attempt suicide. Yeah, that happened, but I feel from my experience, I can confidently say that the Sonic the Hedgehog community falls into the former. And one of my favorite things about the Sonic community is just how damn talented the people from it are. Hell, I already made a whole video about the best Sonic customs that have been made, and the stuff there was incredible. But while those customs were phenomenal, there's still an entire world of Sonic fan work I haven't dove into yet. Those being Sonic fan animations. Sonic is no stranger to the medium. Ever since the early 90s, he's had some form of animated TV series, but over the past 30 years, there have been a crap ton of fans devoting dozens of hours to recreating Sonic in their own way. Sonic's world is super cartoony and fun, so he makes for the perfect animated character. So let's go and see some works of art. And it goes without saying, but for all the animations used, credit goes to each artist. So I think it's only fair to start with what is undeniably one of the most iconic Sonic fan animations ever made, Nazo Unleashed. Originally released on Newgrounds in the year 2006, it follows a new character named Nazo, who was created with the negative energy of the Chaos Emeralds. Now, surprisingly, I had never watched this up until making this video. I've heard a lot about it, but I just never sat down to watch it. I knew about all the characters made for this, like Nazo and Shattuck, but I knew basically nothing about them. I knew about Nazo from the Sonic X pilot, but hell, I didn't even know Shattuck was from this. But oh boy was I missing out on this, because it's fucking awesome.
Tails! Sonic!
Like, you have characters like Dark Sonic, Hyper Shadow, like, this is sick. And on top of that, there's the animation. It's nothing too crazy by today's standards, but for 2006, I'm sure this was amazing. Though what I've been showing is actually the 2014 remaster of it, Nazo Unleashed DX. And speaking of modern day, the creator, Chakra X, is currently working on a sequel called Sonic Wrath of Nazo, and this animation is just incredible. And also, speaking of modern day, Groovy K2000 remade the entire thing in 3D, like, yes. But of course, I can't go talking about Nazo Unleashed without talking about the fan sequel, Sonic the Return of Nazo. This was made years before Chakra decided to make his own sequel, but either way, it's still awesome. This is another one I haven't seen up until now, and as I was watching Nazo Unleashed for the first time, I was curious where Cyber Nazo was. You know, our good old bootleg minifigure friend. But it turns out Eggman turned him into that after the events of the first movie. So yeah, hats off to Solar Fox Productions for making this back then. But yeah, this thing rightfully deserves its place in people's childhoods. So let's move on to one I actually have seen before, that being the Sonic and Knuckle show. In 2019, after doing multiple different Sonic and non-Sonic animated video game parodies, Fraggy created the Sonic and Knuckles show. It revolves around Sonic and Knuckles living together in an apartment, and different slice of life stories happen. I adore this concept, but what makes this show one of my favorites are the characters. Sonic is now the straightforward and reasonable one, Knuckles is an absolute dipshit, Tails is a drug addict, Shadow is obsessed with guns and SpongeBob, Cream is a Satanist, and Amy's a stalker. I think these characters work really well off of each other, and it really makes the show hilarious. I love how Sonic continuously has to deal with everyone around him's stupidity, it's great. Like, here's one of my favorite lines.
Okay, this one's called Bernard, and this one's called Bernard. Here's their food. Make sure Bernard takes this one, and Bernard takes this one. If you get them mixed up, they'll have an allergic reaction and die!
Wait, what? Die?
Thanks, Sonic! Smell you later!
Plus, speaking of characters, all of them were given slight redesigns and they look great. I love how they're mostly a mix of classic and modern, and it makes them look really unique compared to the other shows we'll get to. The show's got great writing, characters, art style, and each episode has been an absolute banger so far. So next is a fan film that actually isn't even out yet, that being Sonic Villains. Currently being produced by MeToons, it follows Sonic right after the plot of Forces. After Eggman's defeat, he uses the last Phantom Ruby to bring back all the villains from Sonic's past, like Scratch, Grounder, Eraser Jin, Dark Gaia, etc. This thing looks phenomenal. It's definitely the best animation quality we've seen yet. While all we have so far is that plot synopsis and a 30-second trailer, the movement and expressions here look tight. It's been in development for about 5 years now, and it's estimated to be about an hour in length. Oh, and when I said all of Sonic's villains, I mean all. There's characters from Archie, Boom, X Underground, the movie, Sonic.exe, and more. And plus a corrupted version of Sarah from the OVA. This thing is like one of those pipe dreams kids on the playground talk about come true. It's gonna take a while to come out, but I think that's a good thing. It lets the creator do what they want. Who knows, maybe by the time it comes out, we'll see someone from Rangers too. Only time will tell. After that, we get to someone I'm sure a lot of you know already, Moogie Mikey. For years now, he's been making awesome Sonic parodies, though what he likes to do is take current games and events and implement them into his Sonic Meets series. It's exactly how it sounds, dropping Sonic into different games and seeing how he interacts with stuff. Like, one of my personal favorites is Sonic Meets Among Us 1 and 2, where Sonic and Co play a round of Among Us and it's great. Just like Sonic and Knuckles, the comedy here is hilarious. Like, there's one that's a parody of Rick and Morty where Eggman turns himself into a pickle and it's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Plus, most of his videos aren't not even just great comedy, but they also try to prove a point. Like for example, in Sonic Meets Minecraft Sonic, he rants about how there hasn't been a Chow Garden in 20 years. And on top of that, everything's done in this really unique art style. It makes it look like it's done in MS Paint, but it gives it a sense of charm. Though I'm sure most of you will know all this by now. Now we got on to one of my personal favorites, and one I'm super nostalgic for, Sonic in Brief. Created by Frobman, now AE Double, Sonic in Brief is a series of shorts that comedically recap the plots of different Sonic games. So far he's done a bunch, but I think my favorite is Sonic Heroes, where it's a parody of The Wizard of Oz.
You sound troubled. If you're having memory trouble, that must mean you need a brain.
No, I don't. That's not.
Hey, look, a middleman.
I used to watch these all the time, and they're still awesome. So awesome, in fact, that these were even shown at the Summer of Sonic conventions by Sega. Having your animation be officially recognized must be incredible. However, them being shown may not be the best long-term, as because of that, a few of these have had the rips for them lost. For example, Unleashed in Brief. It was played at Summer of Sonic 2013, but now the only English video we have for it is a recording of it there and a super low-quality rip, but it could be worse, I guess. As for Frogman, he's still active online, and he even continues to make Sonic animations every now and then. Like, for example, a few weeks ago, he did one for the 30th anniversary. Forces in Brief, though. Just saying.
Shadow, you already have a brain.
I know that already. What I
And Omega.
So here's one that I found while making this video, that being Sonic Revved Up. Created by LJ in 2018, it's an incredibly simple but entertaining show. It follows Sonic and Co. just living their daily lives and random crap ensues. Each episode has Sonic doing something completely different, like episode 1 has Sonic and Shadow open up a cafe, and episode 2 is about Sonic and Tails reprogramming Metal Sonic to be nice. One thing I like about all these is that each creator recreates Sonic's world in their own style. Like here, Sonic and Tails live together in a cul-de-sac and go to jobs, and Big's a therapist now. Great. It's stuff like this that really makes each one of these stand out from one another. Speaking of, I adore this show's art style. Sonic himself has these elongated socks and they, again, look super unique. Also, I love the weirdly specific references here, like in episode 4, Sonic drags Silver throughout Lowe's because why not? I don't know which of these I like more, this or Sonic and Knuckles. They both do the slice of life idea great. I mean, Knuckles is voiced by the same person in both, so yeah. Another one I haven't gotten around to watching until now is Sonic X Reanimate. Organized by Bellana, over 300 people got together and after 17 months they had finally finished reanimating episode 5 of Sonic X piece by piece. The idea of these reanimated videos is so cool to me. You get not only one person's reimagining of something, but like 300. Like there's this Has-Been Hotel reanimate that's been going on for like a year now with over 600 scenes and I'm hyped as hell for it.
Pun entirely intended.
But it's so cool to see every shot look completely different. It's like each one's a completely different show. It looks really cool. And that's not even all. There's also Sonic Rebuilt, made by the same guy who made Shrek Retold. That's a Sonic OVA in this reanimated style. It's much more ironic than the Sonic X one, but it's just as good, mainly because it has this clip in it. These two are great, but hear me out. Sonic Boom Cabin Fever Reanimated.
Knuckles, we need blankets. In exchange, I'll let you watch TV.
television. Who needs it?
Don't ever say that again.
So before we get on to 3D animation, I just wanted to go over some random one-offs. Unlike the others, these aren't really a type of series or story, these are just some random ones I liked. Starting with 2 from Pringus McDingus. Firstly, I'm Not Afraid of You, which I really can't explain without just playing it. And then there's an animated version of the scene from the legendary Sonic 06 fan dub where Omega's counting sand particles. I gotta say, he really does a great job with the expressions here. They work perfectly with the delivery of the audio.
It passes
It's
the time.
gonna take so long. Shadow, it's gonna be so annoying.
I'm curious what the biggest number is.
No, he's just gonna be counting forever.
Next is Sonic Mania Minus. There's a bug on me. Ew. Next is Sonic Mania Minus by Spice Vipe. It's easily the most, how do I say this, ironic one yet. It retells, massive quotes there, the events of Sonic Mania Plus in a weird and cursed style. Everything here looks like a sleep paralysis demon and I love it. Characters get lit on fire, have their spines be ripped out, etc. and it all looks like a fever dream. Also, there's this underlying joke throughout the whole thing about Sonic hating Tails and wanting him to shut up. Definitely one of the most memorable ones I've seen, mainly because it ends up with Sonic getting shot by Eggman and dying. Another one of my favorites is Tails Invents a Thing by the one and only Pymations. You know, the guy who made this.
Nah,
There was no child in there!
Double check.
It's under a minute long, but every shot has some sort of visual gag in it. Like in this shot, I love how one of the Chaos Emeralds is a boot. I also love when Tails gives Sonic a gun and then Sonic goes from the generic Jason voice to completely monotone and legitimately concerned. Then there's this one I love, which is an animated version of Atpunk's Take Me Lightspeed for the 25th anniversary by Vertex Lex. The song was already phenomenal, but when you put it alongside these great visuals, it perfects it. It goes through Sonic's past all the way from Sonic 1 to Lost World, and another simple but great art style. It reminds me of Runners a lot, with modern characters that have classic-y-like proportions, and I love it. I like how when it shows characters from a distance and it just shows the bare outlines of their face details, and I also love how the animation times perfectly with the song. Like there's an instrumental part where it shows a montage of different Sonic games. Like that's really cool. And finally, this.
Give me some Skittles, but I didn't want to pay for them. And then one of the store attendants came up to me and was like, put that back. And then he grabbed my arm and I said, don't touch me.
So now we move on to 3D animation, starting with what is easily the most iconic, Sasso Studios. This is another one I've just gotten into, but better late than never. With a channel created in 2007, they're making some of the best animated shorts I've ever seen. Just like Moogie Mikey, they like making videos about current Sonic news and events. Like for example, they made one with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles having to stay still on the set of Sonic Movie 2, where Knuckles is just his head on a stick like in the leaks. Yeah, the writing here is great too. They made this one where Sonic and Amy's roles switch, and Sonic is now obsessed with Amy, and it's hilarious. I think my favorite out of the few I've seen is Sonic's True Colors, where Sonic and Knuckles watch the Colors Ultimate trailer and question where all the color went. Then it's revealed that Amy colored the trailer herself, and she's colorblind. Like, that's so clever. Speaking of colors, I think that's my favorite part of these animations, plus the textures. All the characters have these lighter colors that makes them look super appealing, and some of the textures are super shiny and cool looking, like Sonic's shoes or Amy's headband. Definitely one of the best animators we've seen so far. Okay, here's one that's an absolute chat of the animation industry, The Incredibles, but everybody is Sonic animated. So Penny Parker made this absolute gem where it's a scene from The Incredibles where Helen and Bob are arguing, but it's voiced over by two different Sonics.
I said I'd be back later. I assumed you'd be back later. If you came back at all, you'd be back later.
And it works great because she's easily one of the best Sonic voices I've heard. But then a year later, Graffy redid the whole thing animated. This is some of the best 3D animation I've seen so far in terms of just animation. The movement here is exquisite. Look at how Sonic's spikes and ears move alongside his head when he moves. It's like he's really there. And the same thing with the lighting. Like, look at the buckles on Sonic's shoes or the reflection on his eyes. Hell, look at this shot. You can see Sonic's reflection in the glass door. This is stuff that not even Sega would ever do, and here's some rando on the internet doing it for free. All Sega does to show Sonic's expression is just change his eyelids, and it's just coming off lame. Hell, Sonic Boom didn't even do this. But then a year after that, we got the long-awaited sequel, Where Is My Super Suit with Sonic? But here, it's Where Are My Super Shoes? This one has a different Sonic model, and I actually like it more than the first. It's a lot more stylized, and even has the green lights on the back of the shoes. And the animation here is just as good, if not better. Always liked it when Sonic's irises change shape to express him. It really works with Sonic's design. But on top of that, Frozone's wife is Amy, and she's nagging about dinner now. But on top of that, just look at this end screen. These past two have been too good. Let's go back to some ironic ones. First, there's realistic 3D Sonic by Really 3D. This thing's just been infamous ever since it manifested in 2013. I love how he just kind of randomly T-poses and ragdolls it sometimes. It really sells it. I remember seeing this in Treacicle's Sonic the Story You Ever Knew in like 2015. I never knew the origin of it until today. Then there's Sonic the Hedgehog improved trailer by Surreal Entertainment. So we got Cursed Sonic here taking off on a jog, and then he runs into Eggman, and then he hops into Lightning McQueen and he takes off. Surreal Entertainment has really nailed down the cursed feel for his videos. Like, look at how Sonic moves here with the sound effect. It just makes it all worse.
Gotta go fast.
Speaking of the Sonic movie, here's one that went viral when it came out, the Sonic movie trailer with normal Sonic. After the train wreck of a response from the first trailer, Arthur Benarov took it upon himself to recreate the whole thing with Sonic how God intended. I really like how Sonic looks here. It may look a little off sometimes, but I really like the square head. Arthur did a great job here, since I can't imagine it was easy to get rid of OG movie Sonic to reanimate over him. Speaking of movie Sonic, here's him put into Sonic Adventure by the Rambler Show. It's just a simple remake of the cutscene where Tails crashes, but with the super accurate Sonic movie model. Honestly, I just wanted to talk about this just so I could show off this Sonic movie model, but it's really cool. But a way cooler animation, in my opinion, is Super Sonic versus Super Shadow. It's a simple one about Shadow stealing the Chaos Emeralds, but Sonic and him turn super and have a scuffle. Yeah, I just wanted to show the Super Shadow model here. So that marks the end of our tour of the best Sonic fan animations ever made. This is definitely one of my favorite videos to make so far, so tell me what you guys think are the best Sonic fan animations below. Bye! Oh, you thought I forgot? You thought I wouldn't mention it. Well, strap in, bucko, here we go. Undeniably, mine and a lot of others' favorite Sonic animations are those by Sonic Paradox. Starting in 2009, they made the downright iconic Sonic short series, videos that collab different Sonic animators in short comedy sketches, mostly about fourth wall breaks or self-awareness. Over the course of 4 years, they made a total of 8 of them, each being just as good, if not better than the last. There are so many gems here, it's insane. Pointless Information Moment, Mighty and Ray at the Bar, Eggman's Amusement Park commercial, I Am Sega, How to Make a Sonic Fan Character, it just goes on and on. I think my favorite one is definitely the Sonic X dinner. Everything here is just great, and I love the character interactions.
What the?
Whatever.
Well, I'm starving. Let's eat.
And then years later, they brought them all up to HD and widescreen, creating the ultimate Sonic Shorts experience. But just as Sonic Shorts is wrapping up, we got some of the best videos on the site's history: Seaside Denied and Metropolis Mayhem. 2 animations that give comedic lyrics to the music in Seaside Hill and Grand Metropolis. I know the lyrics to these things by heart at this point. I literally can't listen to the Grand Metropolis or Seaside Hill theme without thinking of them. I think my favorite here is Team Dark. They're just so damn likable. Like, Shadow uses Chaos Control to turn them all into Powerpuff Girls, and Omega Blossom is something I pray to every morning. But at the same time, I really do like Team Sonic and their misery. See, I can't even choose a favorite. That's how good these things are. Though this is definitely my favorite part.
What happened? Where's Sonic? Down the hole. What? Tails? You can bring him anyway. Not a chance. Huh?
And I'm still waiting for Carnival Conundrum. Years later, in a sort of sequel to Sonic Shorts, Sonic Seconds was created. It's basically just shorts, but I think I like these more. They're usually only a few minutes long, so each short just has to immediately get to the punchline, and there's usually no talking, and it just gets told visually. But other than that, there are a few others like Victor's Knickers and Knuckles' Briefs. Basically just Sonic Shorts revolving around Knuckles or Vector. Setting the scene, a collab for a Studiopolis Zone vocal track that's breathtaking, and Sonic Legacy, a comic that got this dope-ass animated teaser. But without a doubt, my favorite Sonic fan animations ever: Sonic Paradox TV, a parody of news stations with Sonic characters. The pure idea here is genius, and it's done so well. Like, Tails is the anchor and other characters are reporters, like Silver reports the weather, Honey interviews Blaze, and Amy talks about Twinkle Park being shut down for safety concerns. Plus, each of these revolve around different Sonic news that comes out, like episode 1 is based off the Game Gear Micro, yeah, remember that? And there's also these advertisements for fake products that are amazing, like Orca Spray or Chaos Cola. And they also have a featured Sonic YouTuber in every episode, and while I haven't put me in it, I perfectly understand why, since I'm obviously the greatest Sonic YouTuber ever, so it just kinda goes without saying. So there you go, there's like a bajillion Sonic animations. This was a long one, I'm currently on page 6 of this thing, but as always, it was super fun to make, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. As I keep pestering you all about, I want to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and we're 90% of the way there. We're so close, and I can't wait for when we get there. Yeah, forget what I'm saying, because as I'm editing this, we friggin' reached it, boys. And of course, tell me what you guys think the best Sonic animations are below. I bet my soul that I missed most of them. That just goes to show how talented this community is. But yeah, subscribe or perish.